Honestly, this might sound kind of crazy, but I've been so hyped for the anniversary banners, I didn't even realize tomorrow was a banner. Maybe that's because my brain doesn't work and I am bad with recognizing what time it is or what day it is. But we have a Silas and Aelin banner, and we have a 1+1. And as much as these are pretty good banners, I gotta explain why I don't think anyone watching, unless you fulfill like very small requirements, no one should really be pulling this weekend. So to start off, the reason is because anniversary is literally next week. You would be crazy to pull here if you already have some of the units, or you're not desperate for these units, or you don't, you haven't been looking for them for years, right? Silas, obviously, very good. One of the best units in the game. He does need the Vienna Bond to really shine the further you get. But even when you get him, if you're early game, he is insanely good. Silas is that guy. He ignores 100% of the target's defense, and his ultimate hits like a truck. One of the best heroes in the game. If you don't have him and you have Vienna and he's like the only thing you're missing, then you can pull if you would like. I still don't really recommend it, but it's fine if you choose to pull if you meet that requirement. The next one is Aelin. Now, Aelin is incredibly good. We definitely need an Aelin replacement now that we have a Pharisee replacement. Aelin is insane. Combos with Pharisee and Narissa. Like I said, there's a replacement for Pharisee now. So we got Pharisee, which does AoE damage reduction. We got Narissa, which is over here, who also does AoE damage reduction. I think right here. Yep. And then Aelin just does straight up normal damage reduction. And the damage reduction is really strong because it stacks with the AoE damage reduction. Incredibly important for Guild Boss 2, for Abyss, especially for Gear Raid 2. And the more content that comes out, the better Aelin will most likely get. Aelin is very, very strong. If you don't have Aelin, you're going to struggle in a couple areas. Now, of course, it is still possible to do things without Aelin. You could use an A0 Eloin in Abyss and get very similar results to an Aelin if you do it properly. There's a bunch of other things like that. But essentially, if you don't have Aelin, you're going to struggle. So if you don't have Aelin, and you need Aelin, and she's the only thing you're missing, you can pull. I still wouldn't fully recommend it, but you can do it. Alright? That is essentially that banner. And the only banner, really, this weekend. And I still don't recommend you guys pull, like I've been saying. Although Silas is very good, and although Aelin is very good, and they're both on a banner, and if you're missing one, you're going to suffer a little bit. We once again have the anniversary. We have 2 limited banners, the best limited banners ever, coming basically this month, right? You have to save for those. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You must save. We also have a 1+1. Unless you're like 20 away from pity, I would not pull on this either, because like I said, anniversary is coming very soon, and the 2x, don't even think about the 2x. Now, what is coming this month for anniversary? Well, we have 3 new units, tactical mastery units. One will be a limited, one will be a nation exclusive, one will be given for free, which is great. So you only need to think about 2 of them. Now, aside from that, we are also getting a choose your own limited. So if you are missing a Diao-chan, now when the banner comes out, I'll have a video on who you should pick. Obviously, Diao-chan, you could pick. You could pick a Wukong, you could pick a Kagiri, you could pick Gwendolyn if everything else is A5 and you want the collection. I mean, Gwendolyn has not been obtainable for almost 2 years. It's been a year and a half, which is crazy to me, but she hasn't been rerun. If you need Captain Reeve, you could pull for Reeve. It doesn't matter. You can pick any limited in the entire game, and the new limited tactical mastery unit will also be a limited on a different banner. So not only is there a choose your own limited, there's also the new limited. Now, I'm going to say this right now. He's not on test server yet, even though at reset tomorrow, I'm allowed to post videos on him. So I cannot see the kit. I don't know how good he'll be. I don't know anything. I'll be completely honest. But, it is a new limited. And judging by the last 3 limiteds, Kagiri, Wukong, and Diao-chan, which are like the 3 best units in the game, you kind of should save for them. right? Let's be completely honest here. Now, obviously there's no ancient banner, so we don't have to think about Valera at all, or whatever the heck her name is, the other tactical mastery. But it definitely seems like they're gonna design content around them as well. Like, if you look at the Malric gems, this is actually a prime example for tactical mastery being incredibly important. If you look at this, there's 4 lanes, and it's basically all ground units. So you have to have a ton of just different ground units to place, and then healers, and that's kind of all you can do, right? But with the tactical mastery, if you can move them around, then you're gonna have a lot more value from one unit. It seems like we're gonna get more content like that, which is geared towards tactical mastery. So there's another thing there. So as much as I am saying that these banners are good, you guys should all skip this. Please trust me. I know these are very good heroes, but on average, you'll take about 200 pulls, which is 200 pulls gone, and you have to save at least 400 pulls. And if you're going to be pulling for Kigiri or Wukong, I highly recommend trying to go for more copies if you can. It limits the amount of unpolished soulstones that you need, and just all around will put your account in a better position than maybe getting a Silas early. Because the main thing to remember is limited heroes are unobtainable outside of their banners. You can always pull a random Silas on a 1+1, or on your Nascent, or on a random 2x, or on any banner. You could always get lucky and pull a Silas. You could always get lucky and pull an Aelin. You could always get lucky and pull an Element. Whatever you're missing. But limited heroes, if you don't have a Wukong, if you don't have a Kikiri, if you don't have a Diaochen, or you're missing Awakenings on them, you have to save for those banners. Even if they're not awakened, and you have them anyways, you still have to save for their banners. That is how good they are. These limiteds rule the game. They dominate the game. You literally cannot go without them anymore when it comes to PvE content, and they will continue being strong for the end of time, even in places like Arena PvP content, even in places like GVG PvP content. You have to have them. So do not pull this weekend. Please take it from me. Save until like next week or the week after, or whatever you choose to pull on. Please trust me. So with that out of the way, that's everything I want to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. Should do sometime. I don't know what to say to end this video, so good luck with your pulls if you pull. Don't pull, please, but good luck if you do it anyways. Thank you guys for watching. Destined signing out.